We're following that breaking news here at 5 o'clock. A last-minute ruling from the United States Supreme Court overturns the partial stay on executions in Oklahoma. Death row prisoner John Grant was executed this afternoon at 421. We have team coverage of today's execution, including a reaction. We start with News on 6 anchor Lori Fulbright. She's in McAlester with the latest for us. Lori?
Well, Craig, that execution did start here on H Unit with his death row here at Big Mac at 4 o'clock and took about 21 minutes until the Department of Corrections declared John Grant dead. So there were some media representatives in there witnessing the execution. They came out right afterward and told us what they had seen. So here's a little bit from what they saw from the AP reporter Sean Murphy.
His last words were a string of profanities that he spoke, and then the execution began. He lifted his head and looked to the side as the drugs began to flow. The first drug, the midazolam, he exhaled deeply. He began convulsing about 24 times, full body convulsions, and then began to vomit, which covered his face and began to run down his neck and side of his face. Continued to breathe for several minutes before two members of the medical team, or the execution team, came in and wiped his face.
Now, he says at about 4:15, John Grant was declared unconscious. He stopped breathing at 4:17 and then, of course, was declared dead at 4:21. Now, the reason that we are here today, of course, is because he murdered a woman named Gay Carter back in 1998. She worked in the Hominy prison, and John Grant was there serving a 130-year sentence for 4 armed robberies. They say that she worked in the cafeteria there, and they say he was mad about his breakfast tray, so he pulled into a mop closet and stabbed her 16 times with a shank, which is basically a sharpened screwdriver, and then was captured there in that prison. So her daughter, Pamela Carter, issued a statement today that says this: at least now we are starting to get justice for our loved ones. The death penalty is about protecting any potential future victims. Even after Grant was removed from society, he committed an act of violence that took an innocent life. I pray that justice prevails for the other victims' loved ones. My heart and prayers go out to you all. Stay strong. Of course, her family has said they have been frustrated this week that all the news has been about John Grant, the appeals process, the stay of execution, and they were hoping that maybe now is time that Gay Carter can be remembered. Craig?